And moving on to step 28, this whole page is all about servo, and we need our servo, and I've neutralized this servo using my radio gear. So I've connected up, it's instructed here, my electronic speaker controller, my receiver and my servo, my battery, connected it all up, and I've centralized my servo. We also need components here. So you need to select the relevant P part, and technically I will always jump to the one that says on the back Futaba or Tamiya. That's technically the one I jump to, okay? So you need the relevant P part, then you need P4, P1, and you need also, the P1 is this spacer, and you need this part as well. You need BC10, which is this small 5mm ball connector, and a 2mm nut. And this is quite a straightforward step. So let's place the 2mm ball connector nut in place. So we select the central position, which is what it says on the drawing, and then you select the nut, pop the nut on and tighten it down. Now I know it's definitely not going nowhere. And you get your servo and position your servo correctly. So with the spindle on the right hand side, and then you take your correct P5 or P6 depending on your servo. Typically it'll be the one, I say, with the Tamiya or Futaba on the back. Place that in the most central position that you can get it, which is there. Place the P4, and this is like a spring, which is there. Then place this component like that. Then the P1, and then you take your screw. Now I'm using the screw that came with my servo, and screw that into place. Okay, done. So that is step 28 completed. So after we've emptied our bag C components into our tray, because we had to do that for step 28 so that we can do the servo and put the servo in place. So we've done that. We're now on step 29, and for step 29 we need to put the electronics inside our chassis. We need to put our servo into place using our B11s. We need these screws here, which are BA3s, and these are the 12mm long self-tapping screws, 3mm. We need the BC6. These are the 3x8mm self-tapping screws, and we need 4 of the 3mm washers, BA7. We do not need the BC4s or the BC7s because our electronic speed controller, this is a Carson one, this is normally for a switch with the Tamiya, does not have the screw holes. So we will not be mounting this in the screw holes here. So we'll be having to mount that someplace else. And of course our receiver goes on top of the servo. So let's mount this in position, shall we? First thing you need to note from step 29 is the distance between your shoulder here of your servo to your end of your servo horn. If that is greater than 20mm, then you set BA11s one way, and if it's less than 20mm, then you set it the other. So ours are more than 20mm, so we're going to be setting our BA11s, and we're going to be doing them this way round, because it's more than 20 millimeters. And you can see this shoulder here, that's what you're looking for. Okay, so let's do that and put it into place. So it's a simple case of screwing these into place using your BC6s, your 8 millimeters. You don't need anything too big. Yeah, so pop those into the top hole there using these and a washer. Then using these longer ones with the other two washers, we place these ready, because we've got to put this into the chassis and we've got to line up the holes underneath so that they line up there. Now that the servo is in place, we can pop our electronic speed controller into position, and we need to configure it normally with the leads going off this way. So that's going to go on top of there, and this is going to fit there. But I need to get these on first. So let's pop those on, shall we? So number 2 channel, because it's turn, then 1, 2 to burn. Okay, so that's how it's sort of remembered. Now, as you can see, I've got a slight issue now where this will not fit down with the plugs. So I've got to rethink where I'm going to be positioning these. So I'm going to reposition these at a later stage, but that is how you would connect them in. So that is step 29, effectively completed.